Hey, it's DS Dude 464 here, bringing you some more great info about the upcoming shooter hunt showdown. I don't know about you guys, but I am a lore junkie. So because of that, today we're going a bit into the lore behind the game. Now at the moment, there really isn't a whole lot we know, but what we do know is really exciting and super cool. So what I'm going to be going through is a few things that the community has discovered, both on the site and the official Twitter. First, we're going to go through some of the tweets that have been posted on the official Hunt Showdown Twitter. And what's really cool about these tweets is that they seem to be from the journal of a hunter named John Hayward Hunter. I'm just going to read them all as one compiled message, and just so you know, I will be doing a voice for John. I mean, what can I say? I'm a theater nerd, so just be ready for that. Anyways, the journal entry is as follows. My name is John Hayward Hunter, and I will die tonight. It is the 99th time I write down these words. Most never accept the possibility of death. They try not to think about it. It's the least cheerful of topics, but I know I will probably die in this southern swamp, surrounded by creatures of madness. I always wanted to visit New Orleans. We all know we might die tonight. All hunters do. That's why the Oath of the Knights is so simple and pure. You know this when you join the society on your very first hunt. You know there's little difference between hunter and prey. So for you, my daughter, I have nothing to leave. I possess no property save for the knowledge of a terrible truth, and I know it won't be a good death. I have no desire for a good death, just the hope to die in place of my friends. 2 months ago we lost Sinan, the gun poet. He knew he would die that night. He's in hell now, God bless his soul. He was from a land far away. Most of us are from some other place. Sinan was a soldier. They were called sinners. When you know you're going to hell, you're free. No conscience, no hesitation. You kill without fear of damnation. No place for remorse in the life of a hunter. We are all sinners. We sin and we die so that others won't have to. In the life of a hunter, trust is expensive and betrayal is cheap. Should you choose to trust someone, choose carefully. Your life is the only thing you truly own. The line between friend and foe gets blurry when the stakes are high. The darkest of wounds does not hurt more than a dagger in the back. I was lucky. I had a friend who died to save me. My only will, my daughter, is when you grow up and decide to do what your old man did, that you always remember. My only hope is that you'll find somebody who would sin for you, somebody who would die so that you won't have to. In the name of the two, bound by blood, let us drink from the fountain of death. Here's to the hunter, here's to the hunted. So holy crap, you guys. There is so much awesome information in there. And the first thing that really jumps out to me is the Oath of the Knights. Now, it's obvious that we haven't actually heard the actual oath that they're talking about, but I think it's safe to say that the hunters, when they do join this society, they do need to take this oath upon them. And although we haven't been told what the oath is, I think that it is that last statement he makes. In the name of the two, bound by blood, let us drink from the fountain of death. Here's to the hunter, here's to the hunted. Personally, I think that sounds pretty oathy, and it's so cool. There's just so much in there, and there's so much in that journal entry that just gets me so excited, and I have so much to talk about and dissect and go over in there, but it is a lot to cover, and so much so that I am actually going to be making a separate video just about this journal entry, because I have a lot more that we actually need to cover. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I will have that coming shortly. So now we're going over some of the hidden messages that have been discovered and translated. So first of all of these translations come from the wonderful Reddit user Weaponized Glitter, also known as Karen from Finance on our Discord, who is a very active member of the community. So thanks for this, Karen. You're great. Super awesome work that you've done. So into the translations. All of these images and messages can be found either on the Hunt Showdown Twitter or the official site, so be sure to check them out. These first four read in this order: look into the shade, and you shall see Simon lying in the eighth circle? So I believe the eighth circle refers to Dante's Inferno and the 9 circles of hell. Male bulge is the eighth circle of hell. Roughly translated from Italian, male bulge, and forgive me if I'm totally butchering that name, I don't speak Italian, means evil ditches. Male bulge is a large funnel-shaped cavern divided into 10 concentric circle trenches or ditches. Each trench is called, once again, forgive me, I'm probably butchering this, a bulgia, or that's translated to pouch or ditch. And there are long causeway bridges that run from the outer circumference to the center, kind of like spokes of a wheel. And at the center of male bulge is the 9th and final circle of hell. Now, one of these circles within the 8th circle is the punishment for simonists. Simonists are sinners who are guilty of selling church offices for personal gain, which helps explain Simon lying in said circle. I believe that Simon refers to Simon Magnus. Magnus meaning wizard or magic. Now, Simon is the first ever Simonist, hence the name. He was fascinated by Peter and John's ability to call upon the Holy Spirit. Now, obviously, Peter and John here meaning the Jesus' apostles who were left here after Jesus was crucified. So, he offers to pay Peter and John in order to teach him these powers. Peter essentially says no, and that really pisses off Simon, so he more or less challenges Peter to a kind of magic duel, I guess you could say, in which Simon enlists the help of a demon in an attempt to beat him. But obviously he failed and is now in that 8th circle of hell. And so, personally, I think that this is a sort of a metaphor that the hunters, for charging for the work that they do, it could be seen as a form of priestcraft. And for those of you who don't know what priestcraft is, it is essentially selling things that some believe should be free because they are, quote, from God. So an example could be like if somebody was claiming that God gave them a beautiful message that he wanted to share with the people, but they were charging $12.99 to hear this message, right? That is considered priestcraft. And so maybe there are some people who believe that these hunters shouldn't be asking for pay for this, that they should just be doing this because they are doing God's work to rid the land of these demons. So remember through all of this that my interpretations are completely hypothetical. We don't have any confirmations of what I'm saying, so please keep that in mind. So now, anyway, on to the next set of photos. Once again, these translations correspond to the photo you're going to be seeing on screen. Mother of mothers, quell the fire of the butcher's hook. Souls are to be collected, bodies are to be worn, to be joined. When the soul collector reaps the land, empty shells is all that remains. Darkness lusts for the red water in you. Lord of the fireflies, it thirsts. Now, right now, I don't have much to say about these translations, other than they are most likely hints towards the kind of monsters that we're going to be seeing. I'll probably be going a bit more into those later when we know more about the monsters that we're going to be seeing. So, this next picture is actually the last one I'm going to be talking about in this video, and it's pretty cool. The first thing is the language that you're seeing right now is Haitian Creole, and it's an excerpt from the Haitian Creole Bible, and it reads, Matthew, and if I drive out the demons of Beelzebub, by whom do your sons drive them out? So then they will be your judges. But if I drive out demons by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God has come upon you. Now, many of you likely don't know who Beelzebub even is, so let me explain. There are actually many different versions and interpretations of who Beelzebub actually is. He is sometimes known as the Canaanite god Baal. He is also sometimes actually considered to be the devil himself. But he is known most popularly as one of the 7 princes of hell, who has the ability to fly, and is also known as the Lord of Flies, and is quite often associated with flies and other insects. He was also, for quite a while, the second lieutenant of Lucifer, until he led a successful revolt against the devil and took over as the leader of hell. Now, how awesome would it be if that was the given circumstances for this game? You know, Beelzebub defeated Satan, and now he controls the powers of hell and is trying to rise up and maybe take over Earth as well. I think that would really be cool, and it would explain some of these insect-like demons and monsters that we're seeing. Like the hive and the leech creature really seems very reminiscent of this type of creature. And I personally believe that this actually is going to be the case. I think that Beelzebub is going to be the one responsible for the situation we're going to be finding ourselves in. And I don't know about you guys, but all of this gets me so excited. As I said earlier, I love lores within games, and I love it when the developers really spend some quality time to make sure that the lore is exciting and it really pulls you in. Obviously, we're going to be finding out more soon, and we'll be able to really tell whether or not my guesses are correct, and we're going to be going even more into it. I have a whole bunch of videos planned going into the lore, the weapons, the monsters, hopefully even the hunters eventually, so make sure you stay tuned to my channel for even more info, news, and updates about Hunt Showdown. I have plenty planned, so please stay in touch, and remember, hunt together or die alone.